Yes, in the trance, you can see the Lord in the heart, residing in your heart. When you mature in meditation, when you do sufficient meditation, the trance, you can see meditation, the Lord sitting in your heart. At that time, you can also see that you are not this body and you are the soul. You can see also yourself. So therefore, you will see the Lord and you will become completely happy. Just like you are a lost child in the childhood and now you are uniting your parents. That is the kind of internal happiness. Because in the case of the Dhyan-yoga, it is not visible to anybody. It is only visible to you and the Lord. That's why it is called inner happiness. But it is same like if you're lost in your childhood and you reunite with your parents, what kind of joy you will have? So that is a kind of joy. But the Lord himself is very so wonderful that just by seeing also you will become very joyful. So that is also internal. Only you will see, nobody else will see. So therefore it is called internal. But otherwise it is very real, very uh, uh, as uh, as real as reuniting with our parents. Here we reunite with our spiritual father Krishna. We have darshan of Krishna in the heart. So therefore that gives unlimited happiness to know and see the Lord and to see yourself in relationship to the Lord. So that is a kind of trance. It is called trance because you don't want to come out of it. Right? It is called trance because you don't want to come out of it. Person who is eating non-veg but has devotion to Krishna, right? This is a little bit incompatible. I love you, but I won't do what you want me to do. Right? So that is a little bit incompatible. But still, if one is merely vegetarian, but refuses to become a devotee of the Lord, but one who is non-vegetarian, but is ready to accept bhakti, which means in due course of time, he has to also give up non-vegetarian food soon. So in one sense, the person who is eating non-vegetarian food is in a better situated because very soon he will give it up and he's already in bhakti. So the person who is in bhakti and eating non-vegetarian food is, you can say, a little bit on the better position at the moment. But we cannot exactly say a person who is taking non-veg is exactly really has devotion to the Lord, but out of ignorance, one may be in that condition. So out of ignorance, if one is, then he is in better position. But if one knows that Krishna doesn't want to eat this non-vegetarian food, then we cannot say the same thing. But one who is ignorant, is not informed, then we can say he is in a better position than the person who knows and not following. But if he continues bhakti, he will be purified very soon. Yeah. So the person who is eating non-veg food but has devotion to Krishna is in a better position than the person who eats vegetarian food but refuses to become devotee of Krishna. Because Krishna can turn that person who is a devotee to stop eating. Krishna will send a sadhu to ask him to stop. And if he's really a devotee, then he will stop. But if I'm saying I'm a devotee, but really not interested in Krishna so much, just keep some picture in home, but not really interested in Krishna, not really interested. But if one is really interested in God, interested in Krishna, then Krishna will soon arrange for him to come out of that. So that's what Krishna says in the 10th chapter. Krishna will remove all the ignorance, avidya from the heart of the person who is engaged in Krishna's service. So if somebody is genuinely engaged in serving Krishna, then he is on definitely on a higher situation than the person who is following vegetarian right now.
Is Shiva a demigod?
Yes. You can offer without any photo also. You can think about the close your eyes, pray to the Lord. Lord, please accept and eat this food. But in uh, when it is not possible, but whenever it is possible, try to do it before picture or you worship Jagannath deities or Gopal by following some minimum principles. Yeah, but one can offer to a photo in any way, in the frame or in computer or in mobile tablet or picture in your mind also. So Krishna is absolute. Wherever this form is there, he can manifest through that as long as that is respected. Dignity is maintained. Lord observes because Lord has made himself one copy and put in your heart. You are a speck, but you are very important to the Lord. That's why he is in your heart to help you, to guide you, to advise you. So if one really meditates on this aspect, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrudadesha Arjuna Tishtati. The Lord is situated in the heart of all living beings, just to help us and guide us. So Lord is direct witness of every activities. It comes in the 13th chapter, I think, Nature and Enjoyer. Lord in the heart, he remains there as a witness and as a guide, yeah, and as a sanction of our activities. Anumanta, Upadrishta Anumanta is witness as well as sanctions our man proposes, God disposes. Because unless Lord allows, you cannot even lift your hand. So there is God in between soul and the body, who is transferring the control of soul to the body. Yeah, but it is not very difficult to understand. We are also observed by many demigods, right? Just like our mobile companies, they record each and every message, every data, every kilobyte, and every call. Though we are just a speck of millions, the system is there in place. So the demigods have their own record, and the Lord has his own direct perception, direct witness of all our activities. The avatars of Vishnu, if they are not Jivavesh avatar, some avatars are called Jivavesh avatar. For example, Vyasadeva is a literary empowered incarnation. Is a soul empowered to do recording the Vedic scriptures. So he is given all powers to remember the past, future, and present in any space and time. So that is a kind of incarnation, but that is not God. So, but the Lord himself coming, they are all the Lord himself. All the avatars, for example, Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, right? In the Shavatar, Jamadagni is not the Lord himself, though it is called avatar of the Lord because it is a soul who is empowered. So, but I think all others are Lord himself. Matsya, Kurma, avatar. So they are the Lord himself. So there is no difference. It's the same person. Lord is one. Yeah. Mantra meditation is not the Dhyana yoga, but any work we do, we have to meditate. Suppose you are cooking, you have to put your mind. You are studying, you have to put your mind. You are driving, you have to put your mind. So while chanting is also calling the Lord, so you have to also put your mind. So that is a kind of meditation of the mantra meditation means. But the Dhyana yoga is different. Dhyana yoga is recommended for Kriteya Dhyayato Vishnu. That is for Kruta Yuga or Satya Yuga. So this is what we are doing is chanting. But for chanting requires also attention. So that is we call mantra meditation. So mantra meditation is very effective. And the Dhyana yoga is not effective in Kali Yuga. Because the person who is doing mantra meditation, holy name of the Lord, if you stick to devotional process, you will attain liberation in this life itself. But the person who is doing only Dhyana yoga, he will be more or less lost. Because first of all, it is not recommended for Kali Yuga. And it takes thousands of years. So that means he has to take many lifetimes even to go to cross initial stages probably. Or before one sees the Lord. Yeah, liberation, we have to understand. Liberation is for those who like God. Liberation is like going and living with the Lord. So if one doesn't have interest in the Lord, he will not be able to live with the Lord. So that is the reason. So liberation is something we need to have a mindset to live with the Lord, liking. So in social service, we have liking. Social service is also noble, but not transcendental. It's not divya. But social service can be done as a divya also. So you do service on behalf of Krishna, in the name of Krishna. So then that will become transcendental service to please Krishna under the direction of a devotee, under the direction of a guru. Then social service becomes akarma, transcendental work, or bhakti. So social service, independent of the Lord, when you do it, it becomes a pious activity. But social service done to please the Lord, right? Then it becomes divya. So what happens when you do social service to please the Lord? Then you will not only give them what they need, you also make them spiritual. You won't leave them. You will encourage them to become spiritual. But normal social server, they don't care whether you're doing spirituality or not. You're hungry, you'll give you some food and you'll be happy with the food. That is the kind of normal social service. So when you are doing social service to please the Lord, you not only help them their immediate need, but you also see their real problem. The real problem is getting stuck in this material world and how to take him out. That is to make him spiritual. So that becomes transcendental. This could be understood by an example. Somebody is drowning, right? For example, let us assume there is an accident on the sea, right? People are hanging on to lifeboats or onto pads, they are just floating in the pads. So they are there for one day. So they're all hungry. So one person is going around with a boat and just giving them food and then not bothering about them, whether they reach the shore or not. But there is another person who is giving them food, but also getting them on boat and bringing them onto the shore. This is better. Or somebody is not giving food, but just rescuing them, putting on the boat and bringing them onto the shore. So of these three, if we have to keep them in proper order, who is better? The person who is rescuing without giving food is better than the person who is giving food but not rescuing. But the person who is giving food but also rescuing them onto the shore is better than the both. So second and third, they are all akarma. They both are transcendental work. But the first one is only pious activity. So when we do only social service, we are helping them temporarily, but you are not giving them permanent solution, nor you are interested in the permanent solution. So that is pious. You are not transcendental. Neither you are interested in Krishna, nor those whom you are helping, they are interested in Krishna. So therefore, none of you are eligible to enter into kingdom of God. Because those who are able to live with God, they can go to spiritual world. Spiritual. For getting liberation, one should have love for God, love to. So it becomes very difficult to stay in home, right? If you don't love, you won't last long. Again, you come back. So that's what happens. Those who merge into the Brahman, but don't have love for Krishna, they return after some time again. So you do social service in the name of Krishna and also help them to become spiritual. That is best. Soul, they say, in the region of heart, but it is soul is transcendental to the body. Yeah. So it is in the region of heart, but not exactly inside like a bag. But we can think it is in the region of heart, or it interacts through the region of heart. Because it is your will and Lord is giving permission only. Yeah, that permission is already means already there. But permission doesn't mean that you will not be implicated. Lord has to permit, otherwise you cannot live. You cannot exist as a soul. We will become like a dumb material particle. Soul means free will should be allowed. So Lord is kind of desire of this body and allows us to operate this body. So whatever we do with this body, the Lord is mediating, still Lord is not affected because it is not the Lord's desire. It is your desire. So therefore, consequences will come to you. Next question. Dhyan yoga, you have to go to forest. Or you have to go to Himalayas. Are you ready? Are you ready to find a deer skin and go to Himalayas or to forest? And also know that it is not recommended for Kali Yuga. So therefore, no guarantees are given. And from our previous experience, Valmiki took 20,000 years at least. So therefore, success is very, very low. But it's your will, your free will, you can do it. If you are insisting that I want to do Dhyana Yoga in Kali Yuga, Lord will allow. But consequences are yours. But of course, there is no loss in this path. If you are meditating on the Lord, there is no loss. Meditating on the super soul, there is no loss. But success, you will attain success, we cannot guarantee. But Bhakti Yoga, we can guarantee. In this life, we can get success. Bhakti Yoga combined with Sankirtan, through Sankirtan. Kirtanam is an anga of the Bhakti. So, Kalau Tad Hari Kirtana. Yeah, so then you have to follow the process mentioned here. But you also have to find a guru who is also doing according to what Krishna described. Don't go to a guru who is just meditating on a point from morning to evening, but no Krishna. That is not meditation. So you have to find a bona fide teacher also. So that also you may find only in Himalaya, because if he is a bona fide person, you won't find him here. You will find him in the Himalayas or in the forest. If there are similar people like us who are insisting to do Dhyana Yoga in Kali Yuga, so if they are on the right process, they would be in Himalayas, secluded place somewhere. Now hunting is not required. That time they used to fight with bows and arrows. Now you fight. Now you do with the guns. And guns you can just put concentric circles and practice. So Kshatriyas, they are allowed to practice because Kshatriya is supposed to protect the weak people. So therefore, they have to keep their skills, fighting skills alive. So therefore, they are allowed to fight with the animals in the jungle so that they remain fit to protect. So in the modern age, we are not using bows and arrows, and So therefore, it is not required. So we have a different system for training and keeping. We have guns and other things. Kshatriyas have transformed in Kali Yuga in a different way. So process also changed. And there are no animals in the jungle. And there is no jungle. Jungle is lost. Animals in the jungle are lost. So therefore, we have to protect whatever is there. That time there is abundant forest, abundant animals. Now is many species are extinct already. Empiricist. Empiricist means one who tries to learn by seeing. Some things we have to hear and understand. And some things we can understand because we are soul ourselves, conscious. So certain things which are in our domain of present experience, we can understand, which are beyond our present experience, we have to accept on faith and proceed. Yeah, because Krishna is in knowledge. You have to have faith on Krishna. What Krishna is saying must be true. God. So we have to accept on faith on Krishna. Nothingness. Nothingness is wrong because soul exists. And you exist. And your question exists. So, Najayate Murjate. Soul cannot, as according to Bhagavad Gita, soul doesn't take birth or doesn't cease to exist. Because soul doesn't cease to exist and always exist. You cannot create nothingness. So therefore, nothing doesn't exist. Nothingness doesn't exist. You cannot create nothingness because you cannot destroy soul, nor you can destroy energy.
So is Krishna merciful to non-devotees also?
Yes. Krishna is well-wisher of everybody. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. Even those who are atheists, those who are deriding Krishna, to them also Krishna is merciful. The proof is that everybody is getting food. If Krishna is really angry, not merciful, then they may not get food also. Or we may not get air to breathe. So Krishna is well-wisher. Krishna remains well-wisher of all beings, irrespective of anybody accepting Krishna, not accepting Krishna, worshipping Krishna, not worshipping Krishna, or praising Krishna or not praising Krishna, or deriding Krishna. Krishna is merciful to all beings because all beings are his children. But of course, sometimes he may, like a loving father, he can punish to bring to the senses. But that doesn't mean that Krishna is not well-wisher or not merciful. That punishment is also mercy. Father, he punishes children out of mercy only, so that they grow up nicely. They don't do unwanted things. So Krishna is absolute and his mercy is absolute. And he's ready to award liberation to everybody, but we are not ready. So therefore, respecting our free will, Krishna is maintaining this universe. So kind Krishna is. So therefore, why not love him? Hare Krishna.